So I wanted to talk a little bit about how this pen looks, what's written on it, what the features are, and I'll put some pictures at the end of the video so you can see them zoomed in. First of all, the pen came in a plastic wrapper or in a paper wrapper and a plastic sleeve with one of those little felt bags that they packaged them in. It came straight from China, and I paid like $60 on eBay for this. And the reason I bought it was not to have a replica pen, but because I have a 149, which is what this was labeled as on eBay, and I don't have a cap for it. So I was trying to get a replacement cap without having to pay the full Montblanc price. I mean, it's a pen I use every day, and that's why I didn't really want to shell out like the $300 or whatever for a real cap. So here are the features of the pen, and make of it what you will, but the whole point is to show you how good the replicas are, because I don't see a lot of videos of replicas on YouTube that are recent, so that you don't get screwed over when you buy one. All right, so starting off, you have the famous Montblanc star up at the top of the pen. Here is an original, this is a 149, this is an original, and this is the fake. Okay, so this is a 146, and the real is a 149. So the stars, the tips are a little pointier on the fake, but other than that, it looks pretty real. The 149, the clip has that little ridge on it, just like the original one does. The gold color, this one is from the 80s, so it's kind of old, and the gold is going to be faded. But as you can see, the gold color is pretty accurate. This one may be a little brassier, but I feel like if you buy a new pen, it's going to be shinier anyway because you don't have that tarnish from it being old. Everything else looks right about this. The clip underneath it, it has Pix with a copyright logo. If you can see that. Okay, and the shape of the clip here, of the little knobbin that clips it down onto your shirt pocket or whatever, it works very well, very smooth, just like the real one. So really no corners cut there in terms of quality. Now for the band. The band, and this is something I've looked up online, some people say that theirs says Montblanc with the 146 number. This one just says Montblanc and then Meisterstück, and then it has the Pix logo. Okay, so it has, if it'll focus, so there it is, Montblanc, Meisterstück, and then there's the little Pix logo. For rotations, to turn it, you hear it's a little crispy. I'm assuming that as you use it, it'll get better. But to unscrew it, to uncap it, it's 1 and like 3/4 turns. All right. On the inside of the cap, it looks pretty much like a real one. The only major difference I could tell in the plastic is when you shine the light through it. This one doesn't shine as bright red as an original cap does, and I don't know, but it still does shine a bright red, so I'm guessing that the plastic is a little thicker. Now, for the nib, right, and this is where you know if it's a real Montblanc or not. But that being said, there are some Montblancs out there that have an all gold nib. The details on it are pretty good. Okay, you have Montblanc logo that's embossed in it. You have the height of Montblanc Mountain, the 4810, that's embossed into it. You even have that little scroll work design all the way up, and it says all the right things. It says 14K Montblanc and then 585. The nib isn't as big as a 146 nib I think is supposed to be, but it's one of those Chinese nibs, and I didn't ink it because I'm returning the pen, so I don't know how well it writes. Here's the feed. Looks like a Jinhao feed. So I've got a bunch of those cheap Chinese pens around, and they write really well, but for a $60 replica, I was hoping for a feed that wasn't from a $5 Chinese pen. here you have the little neck band that, or I guess the section band that goes all the way around. So that looks pretty real. You even have the little hole at the base of the feed where you would draw up ink in a real Montblanc pen, right? So other than the nib being a monochrome or a monotone gold, it looks pretty real. I mean, if you saw it from a distance, you'd be like, okay, whatever, it might be real. Now, here's the section. Looks pretty good. We come to the barrel of the pen. I mean, it feels just like a real one. It's really comfortable. It's just plastic, black plastic. I don't know how well it's going to hold up with use, but it is what it is. Now, it's obviously not a piston filler. So there's the cap, all metal construction here for the screw. And there you go. And what sort of a converter do you have? You've got the Montblanc. It says Montblanc on it, so you know it's real. I'm just kidding. It's a Montblanc, one of those screw converters that comes with your average Chinese pen. And there's the inside. All right. So for what it is, for 60 bucks, it feels very much like a real Montblanc pen to hold it. The plastic feels good in your hand. I wouldn't post it because it's a pretty chunky pen already, but there it is. So anyway, my point is, if you're out there looking on eBay to buy a Montblanc pen, don't let it fool you. This is sold as MB Luxury, right, from Montblanc, but MB Luxury, and there are a bunch of them. Like almost any model you think of, except the 149 is for sale. Oh yeah, and on the band there is a serial number. It starts with a KY19442 and I think 19. So that's the serial number. If you've got that, I don't know, people check to make sure that they don't have a fake. And it doesn't say West Germany or anything. It just says Germany on the other side. So if that'll focus, I doubt it will. It's hard enough to see with the naked eye. But anyway, that's what I wanted to show you. I bought this off eBay for 60 bucks. The customer service from the eBay vendor was really good. It came in a little box from China. It took about a month. It was a long shipping process. But it's a really good replica. So if you need, I don't know, a spare cap or something and you want to buy one, then maybe go for it. But if you are shopping and you see one for a really cheap price, know that it's getting harder and harder to tell the fakes from the real pen. All right. Thanks for watching.